Applying the ideas from the 48 laws of power at work isn't about manipulation. It's about understanding how power actually moves so you don't work against it by accident. Here's how to apply those rules in a modern workplace without becoming unethical or obvious. First, understand that perception often matters more than effort. At work, people don't experience your intentions, they experience your signals. If your contributions aren't visible, framed, or understood, they may as well not exist. Apply this by briefly explaining why your work matters, not just delivering it. Second, never outshine the system above you, but don't disappear either. Making your manager feel threatened backfires. Making them look competent through your work builds protection. Apply this by aligning your wins with their priorities and giving credit upward strategically. Third, guard your reputation like an asset. Once you're labeled as difficult, junior, or just reliable, that label travels faster than facts. Apply this by being consistent, composed, and predictable under pressure, especially when things go wrong. Fourth, say less than you feel compelled to say. Oversharing weakens leverage. Silence, when intentional, creates weight. Apply this by speaking when you add clarity, not when you're anxious to be included. Fifth, master timing, not speed. Power favors those who wait for the right moment, not those who rush to prove themselves. Apply this by choosing when to raise issues, pitch ideas, or ask for change, not doing it impulsively. Sixth, make outcomes depend on you, not effort alone. Being busy makes you replaceable. Being a bottleneck for insight or coordination makes you necessary. Apply this by owning processes, summaries, or decision points that others rely on. Seventh, avoid unnecessary battles. Winning small arguments can cost you long-term influence. Apply this by letting minor issues go and reserving pushback for things that actually shape direction. Eighth, understand that power dynamics exist whether you acknowledge them or not. Ignoring them doesn't make work fairer. It just makes you less prepared. Apply this by observing who decides, who influences, and who executes, and adjusting how you show up accordingly. Ninth, control the narrative before someone else does. At work, silence doesn't mean neutrality. It creates a vacuum. And vacuums get filled by assumptions. If you don't explain your decisions, apply this by briefly narrating your thinking at key moments, just enough to anchor how your actions are interpreted. The goal isn't control, it's awareness. When you understand how influence actually works, you stop getting sidelined, misread, or quietly overlooked. Not to manipulate anyone, just to make sure your effort leads somewhere. That's the point.